All right, team, welcome to the Next Fitness Show. This is Alexis Craig, and I am here with you live right now. I'm in California, and it's Friday. It's showtime. Today's the day. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for showing up, whether you're taking and doing this with me live or if you are watching this as a recording on YouTube, welcome. Yay. Okay, today we have a really awesome topic. We're going to talk about attuning to autumn. So this is really this time where things are starting to shift. It's a time of transition. So we're going to talk about this from a few different perspectives of what it looks like to actually attune to this change in seasons. We also have a lot of other fun stuff coming up too. So we have a stretch break, we've got a move of the week, we've got a bunch of announcements. A lot of them are really fun and exciting. And we have a little bonus topic at the end too. So I just want to say, first of all, if you don't know anything about us, we are the Next Fitness Thing, and you can check us out. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube, but you can also check us out at thenextfitnessthing.com. We have lots of offerings, a lot of them are free, and check us out. Also, for those of you who are here live, please push like on this video. It really, really helps. And say hi in the chat so I know who's here. So far live in here, we've got Donna D and Megan saying hello. All right, hello. And anybody else, make sure as you join, say hello as well. And I would love to hear from you in the chat. Mom's in here too, saying hi, TNFT team. Carol says hello. Yay. Okay, awesome. So without further ado, let's go into our main topic for today. Today, we are talking about attuning to autumn. What does that mean? Autumn, right? It's the season that we're in right now. I'd be really curious to hear from you. How do you feel about this season? What does this season feel like to you? This season to me, it's very polar. This season it's the end of summer. So to me, there's a bit of a loss of the warmth and excitement of summer is kind of winding down, and the time is shifting into more darkness. So there's less sunlight and more darkness. At the same time, in the summer, at least in my world, it is really hot, like really, really hot. And this allows for us to go into a time where it is a lot more comfortable to be outside for more of the day. Even though there's a little less light, it's more comfortable to be outside. So I'd love to hear from you how you feel about autumn. Now, we're going to talk about this one from the health and fitness perspective. What does it look like to attune to autumn for your physical health and wellness? And then we're also just going to talk about the energy of autumn and how you can attune to autumn more energetically. Okay. So for you, I would love to know, how does your health, fitness, wellness routines, how do they change as you go into this season? Let me know. For me, one thing is my routines get a little bit more stable. And summer sometimes can be really exciting, and you might be kind of, doing whatever you feel like doing outside. Where at this time, traditionally, I mean, when you're a little kid, you'd be going back to school at this time. So it feels like a little bit going more into a sense of structure. But also, this is traditionally a time of harvest. So this would be the time where you would, you know, be working pretty intensely outside to make sure that you gather all of the crops and make sure you have enough for the winter. So, yeah, Erin's in here too, live saying hello. Hello. Okay. So, one thing, I feel like this is maybe the most obvious one, is to really lean into your seasonal foods. What are your favorite seasonal foods of this time of year? I mean, for me, we have a garden really going this year. So I have really been enjoying the apples so much. We've been doing cider and applesauce, even apple pie, and also lots of eggplants have been coming up at this time. We have the squashes that are being harvested now. We have lots of butternut squash, and pumpkins are just starting to get ripe at my house. I think for some people, they may already be ready. If there's something you're harvesting right now, I would love to know what it is that you're harvesting. Carol says she loves autumn and she's sorry to see summer go, but the temperature change and the fall colors make me happy. Same, exactly, exactly. Donna D says we wind down from summer chores and traveling. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Kind of getting more into the routine and more into a sense of stability. It feels kind of grounding at this time of year, right? Megan says she loves apples and squash, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, and all fall foods. Me too. I love the fall foods. Physically in your body, it's also a really good time to be eating the foods. There's a reason that these foods are in season right now. It is your body is made to attune and to actually it gets health from eating the things that are actually in season right now. I know we live in this very convenience culture where we can find, blueberries and strawberries anytime you want it in the grocery store. At least I can in California, anytime. If you want strawberries, you can get them. But that's not really the way that our body was sort of made to eat. So, eating the things that are in season tends to energetically be a really good choice. That said, I also just want to honor that if you notice the animals at this time of year, animals are kind of fattening up right now, right? You might have be following like the fat bear competition they do. I think it's in Alaska, and they're just like seeing which bear gets the biggest so that they can hibernate. I mean, that is really a thing. So if you notice in your body that you feel really pulled toward a little like being indoors a little bit more and maybe eating a little bit more, that is actually natural. That's a really normal thing to do. And I wouldn't tell you to be ashamed of it or to go against it. That said, this is a really good time to be outside. So the fact that the weather is less harsh in the heat, it's a great opportunity for you to get outside. So let me know, what are your favorite things to do outside in the autumn? I personally love riding bikes at this time of year. That is like the biggest joy for me. In the summer, I really like to be in the water more, but when it gets to this time of year, it starts to be more like biking season. So I get really excited about riding my bike. Also, going for hikes and enjoying the fall colors, walking outside, and even just being outside to harvest whether it's in the garden or even foraging. I've been having so much fun with foraging for especially acorns. I love picking up acorns and turning them into acorn flour. It's a bit of a process, but let me know if you want me to teach you how to do that. And I also really like I just this year started harvesting rose hips from the wild roses that are all on the land around me. And I imagine those are kind of everywhere. So if you're noticing rose hips, I'd love to hear it. They're apparently really, really high in vitamin C. I've never really used them yet. This is my first time trying it. But there's a lot in nature right now that you could forage for. So if that's something that you love to do too, I'd love to know what you are up for foraging. Donity says squirrels scurry around getting acorns. Exactly. That's me. But yes, the squirrels are scurrying around making sure, and that's kind of the same energy for us right now. So it is a time to be outside and to scurry around outside, right? So I love it. Um, Now this is also this time where we would start having fires, and it's a mix. One is forest fires are a really big thing at this time of year. And also, this is the time where it starts getting cold. So you maybe kind of need a fire in order to stay warm, whatever fire that is in your life. In my house, I mean, our whole house is heated with fire. So there's definitely, we're gathering all the firewood and getting ready so that we have enough firewood to last us for a while in the winter. Um, and with fire comes this call to honor your lungs. And in Chinese medicine, this time of year is also this time that corresponds with lung health. So this is a time to start thinking about, what does it look like for you to honor your lung health? What does that look like for you? It might look like a time to think about quitting smoking. It might look like a time to work on your cardio and to really work on your ability to breathe and to get your heart pumping and to improve that. And it might look like noticing where you are susceptible to, start getting sick. That's kind of this time of year when people start getting respiratory problems. So, to really build up your immunity right now and to build your lung strength so that you're ready for winter with that. Nice. Carol says fall is the only season I don't mind yard work. I hear you. That's how I feel too. I love doing the yard work at this time of year. What's your favorite thing to do for yard work? I love, I do love harvesting things. I just learned chopping wood. Chopping wood is amazing exercise. I can see why they say it warms you twice. It's great. It's less scary than I thought it was going to be. Um, and I honestly like weeding, but that's kind of more of a spring thing. And we've been kind of feeling into what we're going to plant right now that would be a winter crop or something to plant now to harvest in the spring. We're kind of thinking garlic might be a good thing to try. I've never tried that before. And maybe potatoes. Anyway, okay. So energetically, aside from all of this physical health, yes, right? P.S. This is why we put the 5K at this time of year. That's why this is a big push right now to do these cardio events, is because the weather's conducive. It feels like a good time to be outside for walking, running, for getting your lung capacity up and working on that kind of thing. So that's the reason that you can see a lot of 5Ks going on at that time. And that's also the reason we put a 5K at this time as well. Nice. Carol likes cleaning out the beds. Oh, nice. So does that mean that your harvest is complete for this year? You're done? Wow. All right. Our harvest is like in full swing. I guess it really matters. We're kind of in the mountains, so we're a little later, I think. Okay, energetically. You know the seasons are changing because you can see the leaves changing colors in the trees, right? And so then with that, it starts to be this time when the leaves are falling, and it's this very letting go energy. So I would ask you, especially at this time where it's a little bit more of this time where you start to go inward, you start to go inside, maybe even a little earlier in the evening. What is it that you are feeling called to let go of? What you can use this season as kind of like a cue. You can use it as a tool to help you to make changes in your life. So, what is it that you are ready to let fall away? And especially in October, right now, the on this more woo, like energetic level, we're kind of building up to this time of, I would call it Samhain, you might call it Halloween, you might honor it as Day of the Dead, or that it's known as being this time of the veils being thin. It's a time where of death, really. It's a time of being close to the other side in that way, energetically. And I just, whatever your beliefs are around all of this, I just want to name that this is sort of like culturally what this time is, even from the perspective of if you were raising animals and you needed to make sure that you had food for the winter, it's the time when you would be, you know, slaughtering animals for meat right now. And so this is this time the veil is thin. So with that energy, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. And I can understand that Halloween is very playful around it. At the same time, as we're moving in October to this time of Hallows, of Samhain, of Day of the Dead, you can feel just like we're thinking of what are we letting go? What are you letting die in yourself? It doesn't have to mean a physical death. It might mean some part of you that doesn't need to keep living on. Like for me, I would like to name that I'm letting this part die that is so critical of myself. This part that sometimes doesn't really have faith in the process or something like that. And I'm just letting that die right now so that I can feel over the next month as we go through October. It doesn't have to be just like this instantaneous thing. It's like I'm setting this intention now so that I can feel that part in me dying over the next month as we go up to this time of Samhain, Halloween. Okay. It really helps to have this also correspond with these fire energy because it's like you're feeling this peace, whether you're feeling it letting go with the leaves or you're feeling it die as we approach that time, that the fires are there so that you can burn it up in the fire. And you can even do that as like as a ritual or, as to light a candle and maybe burn a piece of paper or maybe take something and put it into the fireplace or something like that so that you can really feel physically like it's happening. Okay, beautiful. Carol says her beds are all done. Wow, congratulations. That's super awesome. We definitely still have a lot more going on for ours. Okay, so if you have some intentions around this transition to autumn, then I would invite you to name them. You can name them in the chat if you're here live. You can name them in the comments, but really name what are your intentions for this autumn season right now? What are you letting go of? Maybe your intention is to go outside more. Maybe your intention is to eat with the seasons more. And the one other thing I want to name with this too is although I am saying that this is this time where you might be kind of like um, putting on more weight so that you have enough to get through the winter energy, I would really encourage you to feel into what is it that you're eating in order to do that. Like it's very natural to be eating these, carbs of what we're naming here in the chat. We're naming apples, we're naming fruits and vegetables, and we're naming like nuts and all these natural foods. And to eat more grounding foods in that way is awesome. And you can eat whatever you want. I'm not shaming you around any choices you make. And this is also this time where the Halloween candy starts coming out, right? You've already seen it in the store. You've already seen it around. The candy is starting to get pushed at us right now. So this is this time of, if you start really going, I'll speak for myself. If I start eating candy right now, then I initiate a blood sugar roller coaster. And this blood sugar roller coaster starts around this time of year because I'm like, ooh, I really want the, triple pumpkin spice latte that is like so much sugar. And then I'm gonna go into eating Halloween candy. And then it's going towards Thanksgiving and I'm gonna eat all of the sugar and 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 the sugar. And then it gets to be New Year's, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I really need a reset. So right now is this decision point around that to be able to do it differently this time. So if you can really reach for something that might be a little bit of an healthier choice and really eat the sugar in moderation right now, this is your opportunity for that right now. I'm not telling you you can never have sugar again or anything like that. All I'm saying is be very mindful of what you're eating right now. Okay, so ah, how does it feel? I would encourage you right now, just like shake it out a little bit and let it go. All right, and with that, we come to our mid-show stretch break. Let's do it. So this is our mid-show stretch break. Ta-da! We are at stretch break time. Our stretch break for the day today is we got Wayne, and Wayne is showing us good morning. All right, I absolutely love this one. I would encourage you to do this right now. You could do it seated, you could also do it standing. Good morning that you're seeing Wayne do, it involves no equipment. He just puts his hands behind his head, hinges forward, and stands back up. The idea with a good morning is to mobilize your hips and to wake up the backside of your body. So, this idea right now is to avoid rounding your spine forward and instead to keep I'm going to say a straight line, but that's not what I mean. I mean a neutral spine from the top of your head to your tailbone. You can see how Wayne, he's not rounding forward. He's keeping it almost flat from his head to his tail. Now, if you want to take this up a notch, you could use equipment. I often use a broom. And if you were to take a weightlifting class with a barbell, they would often give you maybe just a stick like a dowel, and maybe they would even give you the bar with no weight on it to do good mornings. This is a great warm up for deadlifting. It's also a great way to wake up your back body. That's part of why this is called good morning. Because it's like if your just body is totally asleep and you do this one, it's like, whew, good morning. Good morning, hamstrings. Good morning, glutes. Good morning. All right. So it's okay to bend your knees. I would say bend your knees as much as you need to in order to keep a neutral spine. So you really, you don't need to intentionally bend your knees a lot. You just allow your knees to bend as much as is necessary. Uh-huh. Good. And if you were to use the stick or the dowel, you would put it over your shoulders, like if you were going to do a back squat, and you would hold on to that instead. All right. And that is our stretch break. So if you've been doing this, good job. Come on up. Nice. Let's check in with the chat. Aaron says, I hear you. I'm going to moderate the amount of sweets I'm eating this season. Beautiful. Just witnessing you in this intention. And yeah. Okay, great. So with that, we are moving into our move of the week. Our move of the week this week is coming to you from Veronica, and our move of the week this week is the halo. All right, this move honestly is not in our library a lot. I would like to see more of this move. In fact, I recently, when we did the seated strength class that we have on Tuesday nights, this was one of the moves this week that we had. So if you love this move and you want to do this move, you can take my seated super sweat sesh, and it's on Tuesdays live at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and it's on replay too, so you can go find it in the library at thenextfitnessthing.com. Okay, that said, check it out. You hold a weight and you bring it around your head as close to your head as you can without touching your head. Now, Veronica makes this look easy. Veronica makes everything look easy. Um, I would suggest alternating sides. So you go around one way, and then when the weight's at your chest, you go around the other way, and the weight's at your chest, you go around the first way, back and forth. Now, Veronica makes it look easy to not move your head. I will say that in my experience, most people hold the weight. I'll hold like my phone just so you can see me hold something, and then they go like this. So I'm not going to say it's wrong. I would rather have you do that than not do the move, but I would encourage you to do your best. Part of what this move is to keep everything really, really quiet, except for your arms that are going around. Now, I know it kind of feels like dance with light, right? You're like, and I could just see it like totally. So yeah, it's great for training mobility for that as well. But this is really a shoulder durability exercise. So this is for shoulder mobility, it's for shoulder durability. And if you kind of notice, like, I hit the sticky point and I can't really stay close to my head and I have to go all the way up here. That's a great thing to notice. And as you do this, especially with a little bit of resistance over time, then that would help it improve. If it hurts, go down in weight. If it hurts, don't even use weight. If it hurts, then I'm not going to tell you to completely avoid the range of motion, but I would just maybe if it hurts consistently forever, maybe get that checked out, just saying. I love the halo. It's so great for core. It is so great for shoulders, and it is so great for being able to keep control of your spine. So that's the halo, and I hope you liked it too. Aaron says, I love the halo. I love the halo too. I also just feel like with the halo, like I can do it anytime. I don't have to be ready to work out. Maybe I can't have a tight jacket on. But I do feel like halo is something that I could do even if it's not in a workout, just to kind of keep it moving, keep the juices flowing. Nice. Mom's giving some props in here. Remember to thumbs up the show. Don't 86 this episode. It's true. This is episode 86. So, yeah, exactly. Don't 86 the episode. I like it. Cute. Okay, we have some announcements. So let's do it. I love the announcements. The first announcement is coming in from Anna, and it is True Crime Walk. True Crime Walk is this weekend. It is on Sunday of this weekend. Now, this is a membership-based class. So if you are not a the Next Fitness Thing member, then I would encourage you to join with the membership so you can access the True Crime Walk. This is one of our best features. This is a walk. You go for a walk and you listen to Anna go deep into one specific true crime case. Anna really goes deep with this. She researches it, she's all over it. So here's her little highlight so you know what to expect this month. She says, this month we're going to be covering a demographic that has yet to be featured on True Crime 40. I wonder what that is. It may be worth becoming a vegetarian for the day, though. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so check out, I'll see you there on Sunday. True Crime. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific on Sunday. All right, our next announcement is Goals Walk. Goals Walk is Monday. Goals Walk is Monday. Goals Walk is Monday. All right, so we have Goals Walk multiple times on Monday. Oh, wait, we got the chat. Aaron says Anna absolutely rocks True Crime Walk. I totally agree. I personally get grossed out with that kind of true crime stuff. It freaks me out a little bit, but I love that. I love Anna's version of it so much, and she puts so much personality into it, and she just puts so much effort into it. And Anna's just always fun. So I really enjoy it. Okay, Goals Walk is Monday. This is your chance. This is always the first Monday of the month. Goals Walk is always free. You don't have to have a membership in order to join the Goals Walk. So if we are just coming into your awareness, you can join the Goals Walk on Monday and you can join that for free, no membership or anything required. You go to the nextfitnessthing.com/goalswalk, and that's where you can sign up. Or if you're already a member, go in the schedule, sign up for it. We offer this many times throughout the day. I'm teaching it 3 times on Monday. So I'm teaching it at 6 a.m., 8:30 or 8 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 5:30 p.m. Plus Casey has a goals walk at I think 2 p.m. So there are multiple, 4 different options throughout the day. This class is a chance for you to set goals for the month. It's also a chance for you to check in with your goals from last month so that you can track your progress along the way. Plus, we on our Discord server, we have actually been putting our goals into the Discord server. So that way you can go back to your goals from last month and remember what it was that you said. So this weekend, I would encourage you to go back, see what you said in there so that you can remember and come to Goals Walk on Monday and come. You can name fitness goals. You can name any kind of goals. It doesn't have to be about fitness. Okay. So see you Monday for Goals Walk. All right. Our next announcement is Trick or Trot 5K. Now, I have some exciting things to tell you about this. This training program has already started. We are 1 week into the training program. For those of you who are in the training program, you guys are crushing it. It's so great to have you in there. Now, that said, this is a benefit for Project Soulflower, which is a nonprofit that raises money for young adults that have life-altering diseases. And you're going to be hearing more about this over the next month or so. Now, first of all, I wanted to tell you that we have a shirt. The shirt is designed, check it out. It's so cute. And it has Project Soulflower on the back and kilometers for Katie. And also on the front, we've got this awesome haunted house and we've got ghosties and mummy running and it's super cute. And it's super bright green. So if you're outside and you want to wear this shirt, then you will be very visible. So far, I have a short sleeve version available in the store. I didn't quite push go on putting it up there, but I'll put it up today. And I'm thinking maybe I should put a long sleeve version there too, just because it's getting colder. That said, this has been one of our most expensive 5K training programs because it is a benefit for Project Soulflower and Kilometers for Katie. Now, and basically they're getting all the proceeds from this. Now, here's what happened. Um, at the same time that we do this event with them, they have other things going on. They have an in-person 5K going on in Denver, and they also have Katie, who is the young woman who founded Project Soulflower. I believe it's her uncle runs 50K and raises like $30,000 or more or something for this cause by running like 50K. Now, he had a little injury and he's not going to be ready by the date of our 5K. The date of our 5K is October 25th. So, Project Soulflower asked if we could do another event in November. So, we're going to do a Friendsgiving 5K in November with them as well on Saturday, November 22nd. Now, just mark your calendar. We're not taking signups for this yet. I'm just telling you this is happening because, one, everybody who has already signed up for the Trick or Trot 5K gets to do this one for free. And it also kind of loosens up the pricing so that I don't have to charge as much for the trick or trot than I previously was planning to. So we did not have a members discount on this, and now we are going to add a members discount to this. So if you want to sign up, you now get $20 off from the retail price. So that said, if you wanted to do the trick or trot and it was just cost prohibitive for you, then the member discount will be up by the time the newsletter comes out on, well, I should probably try to get that up today so you can come tomorrow. So you can still come sign up for the training program and you can still come and sign up for the 5K itself without doing the training program. Either way. Okay, so just so you know, nice. Erin says she loves the shirt. Yay, because you're our official model. We love it. And Daniela says, hello. Yay, Daniela, hello. Okay, so I hope that that's good news for you. Not only that you get to have two 5Ks for the price of one if you're already signed up, and if you're not already signed up, then you get a member discount from this point forward for signing up. Cool. Okay. Moving on with announcements. Book club. This is walking book club. That means that you go for a walk while you talk about the book at the same time. This month's book is called Mexican Gothic, and Casey is leading the book club this month. I haven't started this book, but there's a lot of people talking about this book, and so I'm excited to read this and to get into this. I believe it's a little bit there's some adult themes in there, so just be warned before you start. And I'm really glad that we're doing this book. So check it out, Mexican Gothic. The actual book club event will happen on Sunday, October 26th, which is the day after the Trick or Trot 5K. So you're going to have a great opportunity to do the 5K, and then the next day you can do this as your active recovery and go for a walk and talk about the book. Cool. Okay, so if you want more information, you go to thenextfitnessthing.com/book club. All right, now we've been mentioning the Discord server a little bit. If you're not in there, join, and the link to it is in the description below, or at least it will be once I put up this video. Now, one other quick announcement about the schedule. First of all, I made a few little tweaks to the schedule for next week that I didn't put them all on here. For example, the evening class that was strength, and it was strength 25, and I changed it to body weight burn just for a couple weeks to change it up. And there's a couple little things like that. There was a few classes that were like hit and abs, and I changed it to hit and strength so that you might not only get abs, but you might get other kinds of strength going in there too. So there's just a few little attunements, but the biggest announcement is tomorrow morning, I am leading the 5K class, and I'm also leading the stretch class and all that goes along with it. And tomorrow afternoon, we don't usually have class on Saturday afternoon, but tomorrow afternoon, Melissa is going to be leading a meditation followed by Never Have I Ever walk. So I would encourage you to check out Melissa's classes. She's pretty new at doing this. She's really awesome. And if you need to chill out a little bit, you can do the meditation. You could do it as walking, or you could do it as seated. And then if you want to get your heart rate up in the afternoon, this is 12:30 Pacific, so it's 3:30 Eastern. You have a chance in the afternoon to take Never Have I Ever with Melissa. You'll get to know each other and get to know Melissa a little better too. All right, cool. Oh, that's our topic. So that's all the announcements. Let's have one more final topic in here. What I really want to talk about with you in here is Mullen. Okay, how many of you actually know what mullen is? If you saw it in the wild, would you recognize it? I put it all over the screen so you can see. When I was little, we used to call this a bunny rabbit plant because the leaves look like the ears of bunny rabbits. Now, that said, there is a different plant that is known as mule ear, and this is not the same as that. So the ways you can recognize mullein are one, it's really furry, thick leaves. And two, it grows tall in a stalk, like what you see over here. It grows straight up. The mule deer kind of is sprawled on the ground, where the mullein, it grows like a tower up. Okay. Aaron says you never heard of mullein. Has anybody else heard of mullein? Okay, mullein is an absolute wonder of nature. And if you ever see this in nature, first of all, if you're ever in the woods, and you need to go to the bathroom and you need to find something to use as toilet paper, you don't have anything, instead of taking off your sock and using that, you could use mullein. Just saying, it's really soft and it's very thick. It's very good for that. Just saying. Okay, now, all joking aside, I mean, I'm not totally joking, but just being silly. Um, Mullein is amazing for lung health. And that's a big reason why I chose this to be the topic for today. So, mullein is amazing for this. Some people are saying that mullein is, I keep seeing this like on socials, people calling mullein nature's mucinex. Now, I can't say that, but you can use mullein in a lot of different ways. It often grows right next to the roadside. But I would say if you're going to go foraging for mullein, you might want to not choose the ones right next to the road just because they might have all the junk from the cars and stuff. So you might want to kind of go back a little bit from the road to get it. Carol says, I've not heard of it and don't recall seeing it. All right. Well, keep an eye out. Now that I put it into your awareness, it is something that is native to, I believe it's native to the US. And it's not only on the West Coast, it's all over the place. So check it out. Mullein, basically, there's a few ways you can use this for lung health. Now, one is to make tea out of it. So you can take the leaves. We've been doing this here. You take the leaves, let them dry out. And then I just like take a clothespin, take a bunch of mullein leaves, take a clothespin and clip them, and then hang it and basically wait for it to get dry. It takes a while because the leaves are really thick. And then you can crumble them all up and then use them for like you'd make loose leaf tea. And it basically is really good for clearing up mucus in your lungs. It can clear up a lot of mucus, but P.S., I'm not a herbalist. I'm not any kind of official, I'm not a doctor or anything. Don't do your own research. This is just what I'm telling you about my understanding and the research that I've done around this. Okay. That said, you can also make more like a tincture out of it, and you can use things like vodka to make it so that you can pull a lot more of the benefits out of it in that way. I've never done that personally, so I can't really speak to how well that works or anything, but it's something I've been wanting to do, so I know that you can. I've also, for people who are quitting smoking, if quitting smoking is a thing for you, and I don't know how many people on our team that this is a thing, or if you're watching this, if this is a thing for you, but if you, it is known for being smokable and for being, I don't want to say good for you when you smoke it, although a lot of people are saying it's good for you when you smoke it, but I'm not sure anything is good for you when you smoke it. But probably better than cigarettes. So if you're trying to quit smoking, some people are advocating for smoking mullein, maybe mixing it in or smoking it instead. I'm not advocating for anyone really to smoke. I'm just saying look into that idea and maybe that would be helpful for you. Um, yeah, also mullein is something you can also use the flowers. The flowers are like little and yellow, and you can kind of pluck them out. And they're known for being medicinal for earaches. So you can check. I've never tried that either, but you can check that out. So anyway, if you don't know where to get any mullein and you're not down to go figure out how to do all this processing, I'm sure you could go online or in your local health store, find a mullein tincture if you wanted to try that. If lung health is a concern for you, just look into it and see what you can learn about mullein. As far as foraging, my understanding is that the mullein lives for 2 years. So its first year, it stays closer to the ground and the leaves are a little bit more tender. And then the second year, it sprouts up and it makes that big tower. And then after that, it's going to die. So if you see one with the tower, that's a really good one for you to take leaves off of because it doesn't have much life left in it. And one other thing that's really fun that you can do that I have done is if you cut this and you dip it in wax, then you can use the stalk, the top part of the stalk after you dry it, you could use it for like a candle. So that is something a lot of my friends are into that too. So just saying that's kind of something fun, crafty that you might want to check out. All right. And that is mullein. So I'm glad to just bring that into your awareness, especially if you've never heard of it before. And yeah, if you end up trying it, let me know. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you learn. If you learn anything about it that you'd like to share, I'd be so down to hear. And that brings us to the end of this show. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody who's here live right now. Make sure you go push like on this video if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow in the next fitness thing schedule. So tomorrow morning, super early. I think I start at 7 in the morning or something. So see you there. Also, true crime in the afternoon on Sunday, goals walk on Monday, and of course, I will be back here with the show again next week. So, all right, on that note, I keep closing the music before we get to the end of the show. That's funny. All right, so with that, let's go. We're going to dance it out, and we are going to it. You ready? All right. Mom says great show. Aaron says great show. Way to rock the show solo. Thanks. If you or anyone, if you know anyone who wants to be a guest on the show, or if you would want to be a guest on the show, let me know that. I would love to know and to have you be on the show. All right. Cool. So with that, I don't know if I have the music anymore. Oh, maybe. Well, anyway, I guess we're doing it a cappella this time. Ready? Here we go. Let's get out of here. Bye, you guys. Love you, team.